couple days ago, I made a video about the cap in Gamkedo Club changing. And that actually helped me realize, obviously I kind of talked about something else yesterday, but that helped me realize how little time I've really dedicated in these videos to talking about the thing I spend the most time doing and working on. And I've committed, I guess, 15 years of my life to refining and iteratively improving. So, in the next topic, I'm going to deviate for a while off of this doing what you want to do, because granted, it fits naturally into, anyway, the way and nature of our online game development club, which is itself modeled after our 2004 and 2010 collegiate game development clubs. Of course, this one's fully online, international, people all over the world, proud to say. And in this video, in the next, several, we're just going to pick some points about things that are different about how Gamkedo Club works. And this is something which, obviously, if you're a member of the club, you probably know this. Maybe it don't hurt to hear it kind of reminded as. But also, even, if you don't necessarily feel like our club approach is what makes sense for you, then you can still probably adapt parts of this to other communities you're a part of, because we found that they've been important to helping us function as well as we have, and really helping fulfill this kind of idea of what game development should be like. Because I think we all kind of have ideas when we're getting into making games of what we want it to be like, how we feel it should be, and for various reasons, tends to not be how it can happen sustainably in industry. For, again, reasons, which are not what we're here to focus on today. The first one of those I want to emphasize, which is actually kind of like a non-obvious one, so we'll start kind of maybe out in the field, might work our way back to some more obvious ones. But it's even just the idea that progress does not have to be a linear trap towards increased responsibility. Like I say, it's a non-obvious one. I knew a lead game designer, my first one I met in 2005 internship, who had been making games for many years, felt a lot of pressure from his colleagues, from his team, from his boss, certainly, about being the lead game designer on the team. And one of my first impressions was like, oh, that's amazing. I really kind of envied that spot, right? That level of control and authority and respect from that position. And then what I realized was that was an intense treadmill that there was no easy way off of. That is very difficult to go from that lead position to, hey, can I just slow down and go back to kind of a little more freeform, less responsibility, chipping in on things, helping, try out new skills, whatever. And that's something we're very much in our communities, certainly in Gamkedo Club. Just because someone's been a project lead once or recently doesn't in any way, shape, or form imply that that's the only thing that they're able to do, that they are stuck at the kind of top of the hierarchy, which I don't really like that example because we're not really hierarchical. But just because someone's been a project lead doesn't mean that then they can only be a project lead going forward. Lots of our project leads take pretty lengthy breaks between leading projects. I say our project leads. Leads are just members, right? Any club member can join. We've had members join and pitch the weekend after they joined. It's rare, but people who come in with a little bit of comfort in the skill set already can do that. Pitch a project, lead a project, and then go right back to doing some writing on someone else's game, doing some level design on someone else's game, chucking in some sound effects, working on... Also, besides just kind of like small tasks as a break, can also still really, if they want to, drill in and do something more intense, but as a narrower sliver of someone else's project. Where instead of having to worry so much about how all the pieces and parts are coming together and coordinating other people's efforts, make sure that there's no redundant overlapping work or stuff happening that wouldn't make sense to fit in, it can also be a chance where they can just really drill in and say, you know what, on this other game, I want to kind of be the kind of micro lead of sorts or take personal responsibility over getting a level design tool working better for this game. Or secondary AI companion is a great example we had from one of our project leads, former project lead, who on someone else's game decided he wanted to be responsible for letting you play 2-player co-op with no other player and solving the various challenges that go with that, which is a non-trivial bit of work. It's not like it's just like taking it easy. It's just a different angle on the kind of thing we want to do with our time. And so hopefully this makes sense as to why for a while I've been talking about kind of doing the things you want to do the way you want to do them, both in the selection of the task and level of intensity of it, since that's something that very much is an important value that we've found. Building our culture around, building our community around, has helped people sustain in making games much longer and through many more variations and changes in styles and genre and so on than a lot of other people necessarily have the flexibility that goes into. if they're in a situation where it just ratchets up responsibility until it burns them out from pressure, stress, and kind of missing when they used to get to do anything besides the thing that they are now deeply specialized, moved up the ranks in. That's all I want to talk about today. Like I say, the next several videos, I don't know how many, like a couple, maybe a few, maybe more than several, I don't know. But my topic thread for a while, I'm going to pivot away from this doing what you want to do in the more abstract sense. Of course, before that was the Life's Better in co-op. But now we're going to focus for a while on just me kind of practice talking about some specific things that we've learned help our community work as well as it does in Gamkedo Club. Thanks always for being here, and I'll see you all tomorrow.